Hey everybody, it's Doc, and I'm here in front of an awesome 25-meter pool, and I have a red shirt with Lifeguard written in white with a white logo under it, and a white hat with Lifeguard written in red over it. And why do I have that? It's because I'm a lifeguard, and I'm here today to talk to you about what a lifeguard does and what a lifeguard needs to do in order to become a lifeguard. So the first thing I want to tell you about is what I had to do to become a lifeguard. I had to swim 300 meters. So in the pool that's right behind me here, which is a 25-meter pool, how many times do you think I had to go up and down that pool in order to get 300 meters? Why don't you think about that? 300 meters, each length is 25 meters. How many is that? I'll give you a second to do the math, okay? So here you go. 300 divided by 25. That's 12. Did you get 12? That's right. So I had to keep swimming 12 lengths of the pool, and then I had to tread water so that I had to move my legs up and down almost like riding a bike without using my hands. I had to have my hands out of the water or under my armpits, and that's what I'm doing right now on the deck, kind of looking like I'm jogging in place, but I had to be in the deep end. And then I had to do a surface dive and go to the bottom of the 12-foot and pick up a big brick, which was 10 pounds, and bring it to the surface, and I had to use my legs only to take it the whole length of the pool. And then I was allowed to be in the class. Then I had to learn all the rescues and CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, and first aid. So what do I do as a lifeguard? I prevent injuries from happening. And why don't you ask your family right now, what are ways that lifeguards prevent injuries? Go ahead, take a minute and see if you can figure out what are ways lifeguards prevent injuries. Did you think a little bit about making rules and making sure people follow the rules? Yes, absolutely. But what if an injury occurs? Let's look at some equipment that I use. Well, if somebody's having difficulty in the water, I'm going to either lay down and extend my arm if they're not too far away, or I can extend something to them that they can hold on and I could pull them in. Or I could use my rescue tube that I usually have on. So this is a, when I was extending something, I was showing a blue hook that's a little bit an aluminum. This rescue tube has the word guard written on it in white, and it is red. And I am going to unhook the long strap that goes with it. And when I sit up in the lifeguard stand, I have this on my lap all the time, and I have this strap that I'm putting on over my head and over one arm, and there's a strap piece that hangs down, and I got to kind of hold it in my hand so it doesn't get stuck anywhere. And this red tube is very squishy, almost like a sponge with a coating on it. And when I sit in the lifeguard stand, I hold it, and in case somebody needs me, I can jump into the water. I just made a jumping motion. I could swim to them, and then I'm gonna now take the tube and push it toward the camera, and I would say, hold on to the tube. And they would hold on, and I'd pull them, and I'm starting to walk backwards, and I pull them back to the side. So that's what a lifeguard might do if you were in trouble and had to go in. After you come out, if you weren't breathing, I'd have to use my red first aid fanny pack with the word guard on it. I'd have to open it up, and I would have to take out my rescue mask. I'm taking out a mask that has, it looks like a donut, red and white. It has a tube, almost like you would blow into if you were blowing up a beach ball, that attaches. And I'd have to, if somebody was not breathing, I'd have to put this rescue mask onto their face, and I would breathe in the long tube. That doesn't happen very often because we're preventing injuries. What else is in there? Lifeguards have to be very cautious. That rescue mask is called protective PPE. We also put on gloves. I'm holding up 2 gloves that are clear. We would put them on our hands because we don't want to touch blood or body fluid. What else do we do? Well, if somebody had a spinal cord injury, or they would have something that would make them need to get rescued out of the water, what we would do is we would put them on a spine board, okay? This is a spine board. A spine board is plastic, and it's about 6.5, 7 foot long. It floats, and it has something that protects the person's head and a head strap. So this one is blue and black, and the board is orange. What else could we use? Well, we could use the big first aid kit. It would have Band-Aids, it would have all kinds of compression bandages and things like that, more gloves. What else would we use? We could use, and we could throw a buoy. Have you ever had a lifesaver? If you ever had a peppermint lifesaver, it's white and round, and this one is so big though that you could put your head through the middle of it. We could throw it out to the person in trouble. And then the last thing is, we usually sit in a big lifeguard stand. How big do you think, how high do you think that lifeguard stand is? Here, I'm gonna put myself next to it, and if you could come close, my head is up to the bottom of the chair of a lifeguard stand. So the stand itself is about 5 feet. And why do we need to be so high up? Is we got to see over the whole entire pool so that we could see all the people who are behind us. And that is what a lifeguard needs to do to get certified, and then what a lifeguard does to prevent injuries, what's in their fanny pack, and then also what are some lifeguard rescue equipment that we have. Talk to you soon.